So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about being a highly sensitive person. HSP is what I hear these days. And I think it's important to do your own investigation around what that means. It's a term that's been really kind of used a lot lately. It's meant to identify folks who are highly emotional, and or it's not just your senses of emotional senses, it's actually all of your senses. However, a lot of times people who identify with being highly sensitive think of it as an emotional thing. Those of us that have been told we're too sensitive and or we're very in touch with our emotions. But I wanted to kind of just give you a reframe around how our culture will teach us that that is a weakness, to be sensitive in this culture, which is very in alignment with the yang, the more doing, the more masculine energy that is not a gender reference. There isn't a whole ton of room within that half of the whole for emotions and sensitivity. And so when you're highly sensitive, oftentimes in this world, you're made to feel like you're wrong, you're too much, you're a burden. It can show up in a myriad of ways. So I was cleaning out stuff, trying to get my Christmas decorations back in the storage closet today, and I came across a box, and I wanted to show you something. This box, my mother kept everything, which I'm actually really glad because I'm a nostalgic person, but I had to do a purge where I got rid of most of it just simply because I can't hold on to all of it. So I kept certain pieces. Anyway, I haven't looked through these boxes in a long time, and I was coming across something. So it's a report I wrote for high school because it was in 1994. Antisocial personality disorder, a motive for murder. Okay, so at, what would I have been, 17, I was wanting to know more about antisocial personality disorder. And then I came across another one, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, my video skills are not all that, but it's called A Plea for Life. And I'm gonna read you some of this. Oh my, the teen angst. It's about the environment. Make us one with everything, period. I cry, period. Only then will this destruction end. Make me one with the eagle, so I may value the importance of clean air. Make me one with the fish, so that I may see how important clean water is. Make me one with the elephants, so I may feel the pain of losing life, so that man may sell my tusk. Make me one with nature, so that I too may choke on the pollution created by man. Let me feel the anguish, so I may have the desire to initiate change. Okay, so I am not making fun of my 17-year-old self. I actually am really fond of her. She was very sweet, and the fact that she gave a shit is something that I'm really proud of and will continuously be proud of. But the reason I'm reading it to you with a big grin on my face is because that level of sensitivity, mind you, that was full of teen angst, but nevertheless is something that I have always had. I was the little kid who I literally rotated my stuffed animals. At the time it was a Smurf and a Smurf, a Snoopy doll, and 3 Cabbage Patch Kids. And I would rotate them as to who got to sleep with me and who I put in the beds that were beside my bed so as not to hurt anyone's feelings. All of this to say, this isn't gonna go anywhere. I'm never not gonna be sensitive. And I actually see it as a superpower. I've made an entire career around it. You don't have to do that, but it certainly is a skill set. And it is something that you, highly sensitive folks out there, and I think that's probably most of you who actually watch my videos into the 4th minute, you need to understand that by hiding that part of you and that by pretending that isn't who you are, you're not only doing yourself a disservice, but you're doing the world a disservice because it is your nature and it is your gift. So anyway, I just read that poem today and I thought, God, you know, this is just who I am. And I always have been and I always will be. And when I try not to be, everybody can tell and it doesn't really work. So all of that to say, go with the flow of who you are and understand that just because our culture might tell you that being sensitive is a bad thing is absolutely untrue. Do not believe everything that you hear and do not believe everything that you think, because a lot of your thoughts have been given to you by the culture we live in. Anyway, I hope that made you smile like it made me smile, and I'll talk to you soon.